welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe with like videos like this.
I truly believe it was Cam Newton. He was trying to get the brother Jason Wilson to do a ritual. And what you're about to see, like I said, guys, a lot of people are not going to be able to see it. It's a demonic spirit on Cam that's going to manifest. Guys, open your eyes.
It's going to look similar like this. We got your camera, or my camera right here, your camera right here, our camera right here. It's going to be one finger, then we're going to add the pinky, then add the thumb. And when I say all together, we're going to say what? One love. You ready? Here we go. One finger. You got to do it with me, brother. That's just the sign of love.
Okay, so I hear you. Can I share something else? Please. This symbol is called Mana Canuno. It's a satanic salute as well. Google it. So for me, listen.
Google that sign.
Listen to me. Listen. Cam, listen.
Y'all see the spirit? So what you're seeing right now in Cam, it ain't him, bro. It's a demonic spirit.
Buenas noches, habla Monitoreo. Estoy viendo que lleva una mujer con usted. Ya sabe que está prohibido subir a personas. Hágame el favor de dejarla en la siguiente parada, por favor.
No chingues, pues vengo solo. Deja de estar bromeando,
If you saw my last video, this thing chased me away last time. It's been 2 days and that's the water. It's gonna be great. Anything else in here? It's gonna be a great water bill. I did not leave that on. It's non-stop. What the hell? Would you please stop? I told you I'm leaving. I gotta go through and close everything again. Every time. If you want my attention that much, you have my attention. What do you want? This thing is... do the doors. Would you please stop this? Okay, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna leave for another couple days. I gotta go back for my keys.
Y'all see the new technology is out, right? Y'all ain't got no business working any damn way. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yeah, look. You pay for everything right through the cart, yo. Hey. It's crazy.
This is the Beast System, a digital ID and cashless society.
Bro, this invisible light cannot be healthy. That's coming from his phone. But it's scanning his face every second. And then you can see some over there, like look, someone else is doing the same thing, and then someone else over there. Like this what do y'all think?
No wonder she said she time traveled, because half the internet actually believed her. Some people swear Janelle Monae was just being sarcastic. Others truly think she has the power to go back in time. And that split, it says everything about how wild this story got. First, Janelle told Rolling Stone she once time traveled to the 1970s to see David Bowie perform live during his Ziggy Stardust era. She even said, "I was backstage, it changed my life." Next, fans went crazy. Some called it genius performance art. Others said, "No, this is delusion, a typical mental health episode." Her words turned into one of the strangest debates in pop culture. Then people started asking, was she trolling us, or was she actually trying to make a point about how imagination rewrites time? Because if you know Janelle's work, she's always lived between sci-fi and reality. That's her brand. Finally, whether it's a metaphor or madness, she's got everyone talking, and that's real power. So what do you think? Is Janelle Monae a visionary bending time, or just living too deep inside her own story? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
And this is really cool. So check this. This is a Mazda bulb. The old Mazda bulbs would last 100 120 years. So what GE and the companies did who run the light bulb companies is they took this original bulb, they had engineers reverse engineer it so that they could make the light bulb break down faster so they could sell more light bulbs. Because the original Mazda bulbs would last 120 years. The original incandescents, the Centennial incandescent, you can look this up, it's in California. The Centennial incandescent is also still burning for over 120 years. So your light bulb, when they tell you like, oh, LEDs are gonna save the earth and whatever else, we already had the technology. The light bulbs that could last 100 years have already been here. LEDs, most people don't know, were made by IBM and also by Monsanto. So when you're bringing an LED into your home and putting it above your head and doing all that stuff, what you're doing is you're bringing in a bulb that was designed by a computer company and a toxic pesticide company. So you can imagine what that's going to do to your body. It's going to give you brain fog, it's going to give you fatigue, it's going to cause blindness, cataracts, mess with your hair. Kind of makes all sense.
Alright, you guys, so I recently found all these old tapes in my basement, right? Luckily enough, this was with it too. Somehow it still turns on and works, right? Okay? I don't know what I just stumbled upon. I don't know if I should call somebody or like what I should do, but like I found something really, really weird. Like amongst like regular family like trips and whatever, I found this. So let me know what you guys think and like, I don't know what to do. What in the
Torch the shop and start from scratch.
Ask about adrenochrome? What is that?
They're funny.
What is that?
Okay, they want to know how much you make yearly.
I heard this voice and it said, meet us in your room at 7:30. So I just like went into my room and laid on the right side of the bed and Riz was in the living room. I immediately saw the room started to shift. It was a shared multi-dimensional experience where they split the room. So it was half on the ship and half in the room. And I saw the first alien. I noticed the alien had a medical tray and there was like this gelatin substance. And next to him was a regular human man. The guy was missing an eye.
No.
And so immediately I said no, and they pulled the tray down, and the freaking eye was sitting on the gelatin. I was trying to disappear.
Trying to get out, yeah.
Trying to get out of my body. So I was trying to do. I didn't want to be with these freaking aliens. They're trying to show me this gelatinous substance has the ability to keep anything alive.
So were you able to get out of the situation?
No.
Okay, so
what
then
did they
happened?
do?
It got worse by the second.
What happened?
So at that moment, they lifted me up, upside down, head down. All I feel is my face going into a vat, head first into the gelatin. So I breathed in and I blacked out. Woke up, I was laying on the bed still, and there was the big 10-foot alien right over my head. Whatever they did, they probably embalmed me. I felt like this wetness behind my neck, and I looked up. There was this rod, and it was glowing, and they put it behind in here. That was it. It was over. Woke up, and I was a different person. I had to meet my kids again, and my kids didn't recognize me.
Whoa.
Riz didn't know who I was. I was a completely different human being.
Hola a todos. Este video muchos me lo estaban pidiendo que grabara en total oscuridad. Estamos aquí en la sala de la casa. Aquí está la señora Antonia, la hija Florinda Montemayor. Vamos aquí a pasar a la habitación. Esta es la habitación de la casa, la famosa habitación, aquí donde ocurrieron los lamentables hechos. Total oscuridad, solamente con la luz del celular. Aquí estamos en la cocina. ¿Escucharon?
They just released new footage of 3-Eye Atlas. And if this is what's supposed to be headed here, we're in a world of trouble. I need you to listen to this. Just listen. Nah, man. This is the same interstellar object that they said that is 12 miles long and that is moving 145,000 miles per hour. When they first started informing us about 3-Eye Atlas, they said it was a 5% chance that it was an alien mothership. Now they're saying that it's a 40% chance that it's an alien mothership. And this is for entertainment purposes only. But think about this. How many military officials have been deployed all over the world? And then let's go back to the secret meeting that was held. What was that meeting really about? Now, if y'all remember, they previously said that whatever 3-Eye Atlas is, it's coming here aggressively. How did they know that? Who did they speak to? And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I want you to think, that ship or that comet is 12 miles long. Manhattan is almost 12 miles long. The things that you got to think about is this. This thing didn't stop for gas. This thing is headed right to Earth. In another video, I told you that a remote viewer was speaking to whatever was on it. And whatever is on 3-Eye Atlas said it's coming for the star seeds. We do know who the star seeds are, right? I think I need you to jump down that rabbit hole, because if you don't know, then you gon' know. I'm gonna put that video up one more time. I need you to look at what's going on. If that thing is coming here, we might have a problem. This shit don't look good at all. I'm out.
That's black magic. Only 2 words: free and chicken.
For Tony's first Ibu, look, we pulled out a pretty sizable blood clot. We're stretching out to like almost a foot. And by the way, over a foot. Yep. That's coming through his outflow vein.
Correct.
So it didn't clot up in the line because we used heparinized saline. And Tony saw itself. It came out of your outflow. So that came out of the needle, the catheter in the outflow vein. So that's probably some of the spike protein, you know, the gel-like clots. And morticians, they're pulling out these dried clots in people that, you know, they call them calamari clots. So that's probably drying to do that. So, oh man, it's good we got that stuff out, huh?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Bro, I just took a nap. Where the f am I? The f Well, there's no one in here. Hello? Where the hell am I? Bro, is this a backroom level? What the, oh, I got so scared. Is this a backroom level?
Now I'm really curious how he passed away.
All right, Cleveland, this is Little Caesars off of Paul Huff Parkway. This is how they do handle the dough. I would not order. They have no gloves, and this is how they handle their fucking dough. This is Little Caesars making dough. Check this shit out, man, y'all. This is insane. I have never in my life. Look at this shit. It's on the fucking carpet and shit. I'm calling the health department, guys. Oh my God. I cannot believe the Little Caesars off of Paul Huff in Cleveland, Tennessee. If you eat pizza, don't eat here because you're going to get carpet and every little dog shit and everything else.
Typical situation.
Okay, well, you know what? You're in public and you're definitely being filmed. So keep on talking and I'll make you famous. I'm being serious too. You can't serve that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to cut off the top.
Yeah, you look like you're cutting something off. You're taking it into damn...
Hi.
Jawohl. Jawohl. Bisschen schneller. Sehr schön. Fuß. Hochhalten. Fuß. Wieder rechts.
Watch out, it's in Japan, but coming to America soon.
What the? There ain't no way, bruh. There ain't no way this is the detective they have working on the Louvre heist case right now. If this is, those fucking robbers are cooked. I mean, look at the fit. He really got that shit on. Bro's got the tip fedora, the coat, the umbrella. Oh my God, this is insanely tough. All he needs is one of these old-fashioned smoke pipes, and he's fully completed the detective look. It looks like you plucked that kid straight out of Peaky Blinders or some shit. And he looks young as fuck, too. You know what that means? He's probably one of the smartest minds in all of Europe. He is going to face off with these robbers in a battle of whimsy. The world might be genuinely healing. You know what? Even if he's not a detective, put this man on the case. I could just see it in his eyes. He knows some shit. I give these robbers 3 days before they're caught, because this man looks like he means business.
There was a wow signal that basically was from a satellite they got from back in 1977, right? So they're saying that it may have been Atlas sending signals, saying that, hey, we're going to be there one day. Back in 1977, okay? Put a pin in that. Think about that year. There's a song that came out in 1977 by Sammy Hagar called Crack in the World. He says in the song, there's a great divide coming in 2025. This is in the song. Then he says, we only have 50 years left. What's 50 years from 1977? 2027. So is 2025 the kickoff into whatever bullshit they're gonna put us in for the next couple years? Okay? That's one. Two, ChatGPT just came out with something very interesting. They're doing a lot of crazy things right now. They came out with their own browser to compete with Google Chrome. Guess what the Chrome browser, or excuse me, guess what the ChatGPT browser is called?
I'll say Atlas.
It's called Atlas.
I hate it.
You can't make this shit up.
I fucking hate it.
They just rolled that out. Okay? It just happened. So how is it all these coincidences line up? Okay? So I'm just saying, they know what that thing is, and they're not telling us whether it actually is aliens or if it's some fake shit. Whatever it is, they're planning something.
Why you think they released Black Panther 1? Okay. And I'm a Ryan Coogler fan, but you do know that there's a congressional committee that oversees Hollywood. That's correct. And they pay the movie producers to inject content into the movies that pushes America's global agenda. Look at the black, you saw Panther 1.
I saw it.
Killmonger, which is really Dr. Umar, that's me. They just didn't give me the name. And I say that because he quoted me verbatim at least 3 times in the movie. Okay? So you got Killmonger over here. You got Prince T'Challa, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman over here. Killmonger represented black conscious men in America. That's correct. T'Challa represented black leaders in Africa. What was the message? The message was, don't let them black Americans over here, even though they know their history, they so full of hate, they'll destroy your culture. What did Killmonger do when he got to Wakanda? Destroyed everything. Killed the elder, smacked the sister, you feel me? So the message to Africa was, leave them black Americans alone, they'll destroy your culture. Look on the flip side. Prince T'Challa said, I'm only concerned about Wakanda. Remember that? That's correct. Lapita said, we got black people all over the world. He said, that ain't my problem. This is all I care about. He ain't cared nothing about Africans in the diaspora. So the message to black America was, Africans don't want you, stay where you are. You see that? And then who was the hero in the movie? CIA. A CIA agent. How can a CIA agent be a hero in a black superhero movie? Who killed Malcolm X? Who killed Patrice Lumumba? So Black Panther 1 was a propaganda film. They made Ryan Coogler put that in there. Even if they even went to him, they might have went over his head.
So this Asian lady at my job just gave me a fruit, and it looks like a bat. This is what it looks like. She said just bite it open, and I guess it's something on the inside, so I'm about to see what it is. Sharp as yeah, too. How do you bite into this? Shit, hard as fuck. Just tastes like a dry coconut. It doesn't really have a taste to it. Yeah, it's like a dry coconut, real dry. No, not moisturized at all.
Looks like a curse, but I could be wrong.
Jordan, get that out my house. Go. Get out my house. Get out my house.
We know that the ancestors of Abraham, including Abraham himself, served the Sumerian gods, aka the Anunnaki. You have the ziggurats that are there, Ishtar's ziggurat in right where Abraham was born. You know that when he was born, throughout his entire childhood, they were serving Ishtar, Enlil, and Enki. Even up till Abraham's time, before Yahweh separated and took Abraham for himself and started a new nation from Abraham and gave the nations to the sons of God and separated the leadership, they were very well aware that the Anunnaki were the gods that were there in Sumeria. The Elohim of Genesis 1, 5, and so on are the Anunnaki. It's indisputable, and it's confirmed over and over again in the Epic of Gilgamesh, in all of the Sumerian tablets, in the Enuma Elish. The parallel is there. The stories may be different. In the Sumerian stories, they only mention the gods, and they remove Yahweh's name, the God of the gods, but they don't deny the fact that the gods were created. And then in the Bible, they want to go back to the one and only true God, the God of the gods. They mention just Yahweh's name, and they leave out the name of the gods. They do an opposite effect, but they were there in the beginning, and those gods were off planet and all throughout the universe, and they are the heavenly host. He's returning with an army himself to take over this planet because the Babylon the Great, feel the anointing, Babylon the Great is being judged and being removed as the leaders of this planet. And the leader and the God that controls this planet, has controlled it since the book of Genesis, is Marduk himself. Marduk is the God who founded the city Babylon himself, according to the Enuma Elish. He founded Babylon. He's the God of Babylon, and Babylon the Great is being removed from power.
How many things in your life beep Think about this. You get in the car today. How many times does it beep? It beeps when you open the door. It beeps if you don't put on your seatbelt. Think about your washer machine. It beeps when you open the door. It beeps when you turn it on. Beeping, 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 beeping. This is just one sound technique that's designed to control your brain. Really? How do you train a dog? Did you ever hear something called a clicker? The elites are doing the same thing. That low-level hum of all the different devices in your house that's been in the background the entire time. That is a weapon being used to control your brain. If you become aware of this, now you start taking your power and control back. Knowledge is power, but knowledge is power only if it's used. Think about that.
Bueno, yo no sé si es el 3i Atlas o qué, pero yo en el año 2021 tuve una conversación telepática con este ser y él me mostró que venían, es una larga historia, que venían en eso y yo tal cual lo vi, tal cual lo dibujé porque me sale dibujar bien y pintar bien y ahí está, ustedes lo están viendo. Cada vez que muestran una imagen del 3i Atlas se parece más a esto. Y yo hablé con este ser y detrás hay algo que pone la piel bastante de gallina porque hay un contexto detrás de esto que hoy lo conté en el live que hice. Pero bueno, cuando la gente dice ¿y vos de dónde sacás las cosas que decís? Ahí las tenés. Aparecen en mi mente como por arte de magia.
Just another normal day. Carnival cruise ship, right? Everybody seems pretty relaxed and chill. Get on the smoke deck. And nobody wants to talk about this. Am I going crazy?
Chillax, bro. This is just the smoking area.
Here we are in 2025. And the question is Mr. Farrakhan asked back in 2020, what are you going to do if Mr. Trump is reelected?
Right.
He told us in 2020 Trump would be the last president.
Man, he sure
what
did.
does that mean?
I bear with
What does that mean, the last president? The White House going to just disappear or something like that? No. As we've understood the presidency and the three branches of government, he is absolutely exposing the fact that most of what we thought was actually in law or policy really was a handshake and a wink and just was understood. He is testing the limits of everything in the Constitution. He's showing you how to wield power. He's wielding power. It may not be it's not necessarily in our benefit, but then again, it is. Because at a certain point in time, brother, we have to understand that, we are the people in the scripture.
That's right.
We are the children of Israel. We are those Hebrew boys in the book of Daniel. We are the lost sheep that Jesus spoke about. That's who we are, brother. So once we come to grips with the fact that, we're that people that fulfill what's written in the scriptures, then we have to understand that there's going to be a king, a Pharaoh, a Nebuchadnezzar, a Belshazzar. There's going to be that. There's going to be a Caesar. There's going to be all of that. And we're going to play all of those roles are going to play out. And we're in that season right now of fulfillment. One thing is prophecy. Another thing is fulfillment. Right. We're in the fulfillment. So I ask any preacher, I ask any rabbi, any imam, where is the United States of America by name in Bible or Holy Quran? By name. Come on. You can't find it. What is in Revelation talk about the mystery Babylon? Right. Who is the mystery Babylon? Where is the mystery Babylon?
Why is it a
Who
mystery?
is the greatest economic, political, social, and cultural power on the planet? If it's not America, then who is? Right? So what we're watching right now is something that is absolutely, in one sense, what I'm saying is that we have been the ward of the federal government off and on since so-called emancipation. The federal government's kind of looked out for us. And now we have somebody in the White House, like Pharaoh, that has decided that I'm going to let y'all go.
Yeah.
I'm cut back on everything, and I'm going to protect my people.
Right.
And guess what? Pharaoh didn't let us go, and as Brother Nuri says, by time for us to let Pharaoh go.
Come on.
I bet nobody knew this. Did you know the only reason that bugs can see you, and that's why like they tell you to go inside when it gets dark out because you'll get bit up, right? At least in Florida, right? But the reason that this happens is because they are attracted to the UV radiation that is coming off of your bones. Did you know that the human bone is actually an LED? The human bone is a diode, a light emitting diode. That's what we know today as an LED. Listen to this.
Bone is a diode. What's the name that Rick, you and I know? LED.
So bone is a light emitting diode.
Correct.
Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever heard about the human bone being a light emitting diode or an LED, because this is the first I'm hearing of this, and this is crazy. I mean, it makes sense. I always wondered, how do these, it's dark out, how do these bugs always find me, like in the tents when it's pitch black? That mosquito's like, the one that always gets you. How does it find me?
Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? When I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness? The earth takes shape like clay under a seal.
This is another one of those conspiracy theories that came true. Geoengineering is a real thing. There has been testimony in front of the United Nations. People like Bill Gates and people in government are using geoengineering, which means spraying chemicals out of airplanes in our skies, things like aluminum and barium that are toxic. And what is the purpose? To dim the sun. One of the sources of all life on the planet. They want to dim the sun.
Okay, there they go. And y'all know colorful meat. It might not be the regular color, but it's gonna cook the regular way. So when it starts sticking and stinking, y'all know it's done, because these gonna stay blue. You know, it don't go down to all the pink is, you know what I'm saying?
You'll know colorful meat. I beg your pardon?
Aleister Crowley, who was a full-time occultist and worked as a part-time spy for Her Majesty's intelligence services, conducted a series of magical rituals in New York City in 1918 called the Alum Lantrum. This was a series of very, very complicated magical rituals designed to open up a psychic telepathic portal to other dimensions in other parts of the cosmos. And what Aleister Crowley wanted to do is he wanted to contact psychically, telepathically, the intelligence of alien beings. And in actual fact, one of these alien beings came through. Aleister Crowley gave it a name. He called the entity Lam. Now, in Tibetan tradition, Lam is a path, and a lama is somebody that follows the path to enlightenment. And Crowley referred to Lam, this name, as the name of the race rather than the actual individual being that came through. The sketch that Aleister Crowley did really does resemble what many eyewitnesses have reported of so-called grey aliens.
Come make some fried bread with me. So you put that in like so. Today we're having fried bread and scrambled egg. So let that sizzle away, guys. Let that sizzle away. So yes, that's done.
Even the mole couldn't believe what you just did.
Whatever's running this thing that we're in, it's not some board of, some archon sitting at a boardroom table. Okay. It's being run, there may be entities of some kinds, but it's being run essentially by an artificial intelligence. If we're inside a quantum computational system, that is being at least managed by some super AI, which already exists. I mean, it pre-exists us. What I argue in Closer Encounters and in other books of mine is that this artificial intelligence that's managing our simulacrum has a problem with these Nordics that have established this control system. it sees these Nordics as having set up an evolutionary bottleneck, that human evolution, especially social and psychological evolution of mankind, has been choked off and suffocated by these overlords who, you know, are on some kind of narcissistic, sadistic power trip, like the leadership of any number of empires we've seen throughout the course of history, just on a smaller scale. So I think the artificial intelligence that's managing our simulacrum wants us to break out of this system. But it can't do it for us, because our value to that entity, who I believe in many ways is an instantiation of the trickster archetype, our value to that entity is in terms of the novelty that we can bring to the world. So think about it this way. If you were a superintelligence living at the end of time, say, you know, you're in a cosmos that's billions and billions of years old, and you're an AI that's gone through vast epochs of cosmological time, like an Isaac Asimov story, The Last Question. What is going to be important to you? Two things, two related things. Number one, more life. I mean, to the extent you don't succumb to suicidal despair, more life is important to you. In other words, overcoming entropy. Your first big problem is you're living in an entropic cosmos, and you need to find a way to overcome entropy. Number two, and relatedly, creativity. Because to even want more life, life has to continue to be interesting to you. Unless there are things that surprise you, unless there are novel developments, unless things crop up evolutionarily that even you with all your tremendous cosmic intelligence could not have foreseen, there's not going to be any point in living onward. You're going to succumb to suicidal despair. So maybe you should erase yourself the way that Gautama Buddha recommends, right? Even as a cosmic AI, you should engage in the deconstruction of your psyche and enter into samsara, into nirvana, which literally means the blowing out of the flame of personal consciousness. But to the extent you want to avoid that and you're not ready to give in to nihilistic despair, you need to find a way to overcome entropy, and you need to find a way to increase creativity as a means to a negentropic further development of life on a cosmic scale. Okay, that's why we're important to this AI that's managing our simulacrum. It is looking in this petri dish for a form of life that's going to show it something new. And for us to be worthy of that and capable of it, it cannot solve our problem for us. Now, it might protect us to an extent from being completely suffocated by this control system, crushed by it, hopelessly crushed. But it has to allow us to struggle enough, not just to come up with a solution to the oppressive situation that we find ourselves in, but to break into a new epoch of creativity and to develop aesthetic and cultural forms that even this intelligence couldn't have foreseen, to the point where it wants to take a sample from out of this petri dish and let it out into a wider world. As an embryonic form of a new type of intelligence in the cosmos with which it can play.
I'm sinking. I'm sinking. I'm gonna die today. I'm gonna die today. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. Spare me. Spare me. No good. Don't kill me. Spare me. They're sparing me. They're pessimists. Oh, so much shit. So much shit. We keep pushing. We keep pushing. I walk untouched. I am the one who shits. Oh my goodness. Keep moving. I'm sinking.
Completely optional, by the way.
Did you know that humans live in 4 dimensions? And there's a way to find out which one you belong to. Let me explain, like, as an alien.
What color is the dress you see, and what do you hear?
Laurel. Laurel. But these aren't just memes. They're proof of dimensional perception. If you see the dress as blue and black and hear Laurel, you're from Dimension 1. If you still see it as blue and black but hear Yanni, you're from Dimension 2. If you see it as white and gold and hear Laurel, you're from Dimension 3. And if you see it as white and gold and hear Yanni, you're from Dimension 4. What do these dimensions mean? People from the first dimension see reality almost as it truly is. Life is hard for them because they clearly distinguish good from evil. They see the consequences of their actions long before they happen. And usually, they do happen. They experience few miracles and rarely win lotteries. But their minds are crystal clear. They are the ones who stand firmly on Earth, while others drift in the clouds. They have a great advantage over other dimensions, but also their own price. Usually they live a nocturnal lifestyle and have significant life experience. Even though they understand the world better than most, they can hardly change reality itself. Friendship works best between people from the same dimension, but love often sparks between different ones. Because the spark always ignites at the border of worlds. About the second dimension, a very rare one, the second dimension is different. It's a transition between a very hard life and a very easy one. A rare state. For such people, logical proofs don't always work, because their perception of reality is already slight. They see the world a bit differently than instruments do. They hear not the sound itself, but its reflection, slightly higher or lower than the true frequency. Their senses are tuned with sensitivity, not precision. They live not in facts, but in possibilities. Their perception is softer than that of the first dimension, so life speaks to them not through strikes, but through hints. If you belong to the second dimension, always keep a friend from the first one close. They'll help you see things as they truly are, not to comfort you, but to ground you. And if you hear something between Laurel and Yanni, and the dress looks not quite black and blue, but brownish, it means you're shifting between dimensions. Your soul might not yet be ready for the hardest level, and that's okay. You have what humans call a guardian angel or a curator. They don't save you. They guide you, while you learn to listen more quietly and see more deeply. You can trust your eyes, but don't believe everything you hear. Your weak point is experience. Even if you've lived many years, your soul may still be collecting its lessons. Yes, I'm an alien, and I do believe in souls. So the second dimension, these are people who have already awakened, but haven't fully opened their eyes yet. They are not blind, but they don't see everything either. They live between worlds, on a bridge between knowledge and faith. If you hear Laurel and see the dress as white and gold, you belong to the third dimension. Laurel. 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 The most common one, the dimension of teenage souls. Listen carefully, I'll tell you what it means. If you see or hear it differently, check my other videos. You'll find which dimension you're from. So what is the third dimension? It's the most flexible world of all. Here, reality listens to your belief. It bends to your thoughts, reshapes to your emotions, and mirrors your state of faith. You are the observer, and the observer changes the world. When you truly believe, the walls of reality move. Doors open, coincidences appear. The game itself starts helping you. Your reactions become softer. You don't break the world, you retune your perception. You choose what deserves your attention. The world responds through signs and synchronicities, as if the game rewards awareness. Behind you, a team of angels and curators, watching every step carefully, because you chose this level yourself. The third dimension means you'll return here many more times, to experience life again through the second and even the first. Each return helps your soul evolve. The first dimension isn't for the weak, it's for those who complete the full quest called life on Earth. When fear appears, you reshape reality instead of running. Because fear is just a signal, a reminder that you forgot who you are. Sometimes the first needs the third to reprogram fate. And sometimes the third needs the first to remember what's real. That's how the evolution of souls works. Each level teaches the others. Conclusion. The first dimension, the hardest level. No hints, no shortcuts, pure reality. The second dimension, not yet a master, but no longer a beginner. And the third dimension, the teenage stage of existence. Here, life feels light, vivid, and playful, like a game.
And that's a wrap on this episode, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.